I'm presenting the speech, The Morality of Birth Control, originally given by Margaret Sanger in 1917 in the Carnegie Hall. This meeting tonight is a postponement of which was to have taken place at the town hall last Sunday evening. It was to be a culmination of a 3-day conference, 2 of which were held at the Hotel Plaza, in discussing the birth control subject in its various and manifold aspects. The one issue upon which there seems to be the most uncertainty and a disagreement exists in the moral side of the subject of birth control. It seems only natural for us to call together scientists, educators, members of the medical profession, and theologians of all denominations to ask their opinion upon this uncertain and important phase of the controversy. Letters were sent to the most eminent men and women in the world. We asked in this letter the following questions. Is overpopulation a menace to the peace of the world? Would the legal dissemination of scientific birth control information through the medium of clinics by the medical profession be the most logical method of checking the problem of overpopulation? Would knowledge of birth control change the moral attitude of men and women toward marriage bond or lower the moral standards of the youth of the country? Do you believe that knowledge which enables parents to limit the families will make for human happiness and to raise the moral, social and intellectual standards of the population? We sent such a letter not only to those who, we thought, might agree with us, but we sent it also to our known opponents. Most of these people answered. Every one who answered did with the sincerity and courtesy, with the expectation of one group whose reply to this important question, as demonstrated at the town hall last Sunday evening, was a disgrace to liberty-loving people and to all traditions we hold dear in the United States. I believe that a discussion of a moral issue was one which did not solely belong to theologians and to scientists, but belonged to the people. And because I believe that the people of this country may and can discuss the subject with dignity and with intelligence, I desire to bring them together and to discuss it in the open. When one asks of moral, one refers to the human conduct. This implies actions of many kinds, which in turn depend upon the mind and the brain. So that in speaking of morals, one must remember that there is a direct connection between morality and brain development. Conduct is said to be the action in pursuit of ends, and if it's so, then we must hold the irresponsibility and recklessness in our action as immoral. While responsibility and forethought put into action for the benefit of the individual and the race becomes the highest sense and the finest kind of morality. We know that every advance that women has made in the last half-century have been met with opposition, all of which have been based on the grounds of immorality. When women fought for higher education, it was said that this would cause her to become immoral and she would lose her place in the sanctity of home. When a woman asked for the franchise, it was said that this would lower her standard of morals, that it was not fit that she should meet and mix with the members of the opposite sex. But we noticed that there was no objection to her meeting with the same members of the opposite sex when she went to church. The church has ever opposed the progress of women on the ground that her freedom would lead to immorality. We asked the church to have more confidence in women. We asked the opponents of the movement to reverse the methods of the church, which aims to keep women moral by keeping them in fear and in ignorance, and to inculcate into them a higher true morality based upon knowledge. And ours is a morality of knowledge. If we cannot trust women with the knowledge of our own body, then I claim that 2,000 years of Christian teaching have proved to be a failure. We stand on the principle that birth control should be available to every adult woman and man. We believe that every adult man and woman should be taught responsibility and the right to use of knowledge. We claim that women should have the right over her own body and to say if she shall or if she shall not be a mother and as she sees fit. We further claim that the first right of a child is to be desired, while the second right is that it should be conceived in love, and the third that it should have the heritage of a sound health. Upon these principles, the birth control movement in America stands. When it comes to discussing the methods of birth control, that is far more difficult. There are laws in this country which forbid the imparting of practical information to the mothers of the land. We claim that every mother in this country, either sick or well, has the right to the best, the safest, the most scientific information. This information should be disseminated directly to mothers through clinics by the members of the profession and registered nurses of registered midwives.